bloody door. Did you get the Galliano?
Yes.
Oh, good. You can't make a Harvey Wallbanger without Galliano. Robin adores Harvey Wallbangers.
Oh. Robin's coming, is he?
Of course. Wouldn't be a party without Robin.
Wouldn't it?
Oh, now, David, we don't want any silliness, not just before 20 people arrive. Well, what's that? I thought I'd ordered everything else.
Oh, just something I picked up.
Oh, something nice.
Well, I think it is.
May I see? Good God. It's weird. You know, I really must come and take a look at this shop of yours.
You've been saying that for the last 3 months.
Yes, but this time I mean it. It's grotesque.
It pays the rent. I must say, Margaret, you are looking a picture yourself this evening.
Well, I should. I've been painting it for the last hour. Oh, careful. The paint hasn't dried yet. Oh, do hurry up and change, dear. There's a lamb. The Radlets always come early, and you're the only one who can get the cork out of that terrible plonk they always bring.
I say. Do you mind if I have a shower?
Well, I wouldn't recommend it. The hot water's scalding and the cold is non-existent. No place for a white man. Oh, David, do hurry.
Right, on my way. See you later. Oh, so glad you like my picture.
Yes, well.
No. How about a date after the party?
Well, we'll see. Just go and change and we'll see.
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
May I speak to David Tucker, please?
David Tucker, I'm afraid he's not back yet.
Oh.
Can I get him to call you back?
Yes, please.
What name?
Just tell him Charlie rang. He's still at the same number.
Charlie.
There you are. If you talk about backing guns, a couple of days ago, just for a laugh,
Can I get you give you a red or a white? Well, gin and tonic or something like that.
No. You gave me one earlier.
Right, next.
I say, we haven't been introduced, have we?
No. Nobody wants to talk to me tonight. David Tucker. Well, we can't leave it there, you know.
Can't we?
Oh, no. No, I mean, women's lib is all very well, but it has its obligations, you know.
Are you being witty?
No. That is a sort of roundabout way of trying to find out what your name is.
Oh. I'm L.R. Smith.
How do you do, L.R. Smith?
Lucy Robson Smith, really, but L.R. Smith's the name I use for my work.
And what work is that?
I'm a don. A philosophy don at Oxford.
Oh.
You didn't know?
No, I think they must have forgotten to tell me.
I expect they must. What do you do, Mr. Tucker?
Well, I just run a small shop. Who must have forgotten to tell me?
My Aunt Margaret. Mrs. Channing.
Oh, Margaret's your aunt?
She's awfully forgetful. And anyway, I haven't been down for a bit. Do you live here?
She didn't tell you?
She does tell me things, but I'm awfully forgetful too.
Hello.
No, I lodge here.
Lodge? Lodge? That's an awfully old-fashioned sort of word.
Well, there you go. Awfully old-fashioned sort of fella.
The white, if you please, sir. To the brim.
Mr. Tucker.
Yes. Mr. Tucker, the lodger.
Yes.
How interesting.
I saw a play once.
Called The
Mr.
Lodger. It was all about this mild little man who used to murder people. Oh, thank you. You don't murder people, do you?
Steward! I say steward!
No, I haven't murdered anybody for years.
Steward!
Yet. Excuse me.
I should like to have another Harvey Wallbanger, please.
You've had 4 already.
David.
The last party he came to, of yours, he said, let me know when I've had more than 3, because he said I can't cope with more than 3 when I'm driving.
You served me with 4. Naughty old
I
David.
did not serve you with 4, I served you with 3. You helped yourself, as I was serving somebody else.
Oh, Grandpapa, what big eyes you've got.
All the better to see you with, Robin, young fella, my lad.
Look, I want another drink.
You know what you can do.
Please get it from David.
But he does. Give me a glass.
Margaret, darling, I've just met your lodger. So generous with your drinking.
Isn't he, though?
Excuse me, please.
God, that woman can yap.
Yeah, well, it's more than a husband
I
can.
don't suppose he ever gets a chance. Is that frightfully strong?
It is exactly the same strength as the last... Look, I'll tell you what, why don't you mix it for him yourself? Go on. I think you've gone off him, have you?
Gone off him? Why on earth do you say that?
Well, he arrived in that jag of his, and after 5 of those depth charges, you think you want him dead.
Well, of course I don't. I shall drive him home.
Just a minute. Now, I thought you said, correct me if I'm wrong, but did you not say we had a date?
No,
afterwards?
I didn't. I said we'll see.
And we've seen, have we?
Oh, well, I couldn't let him go by himself, not even after 4. And anyway, you've already got a date.
Not the way you tell it.
You're not with me, silly, with a man. At least, she said it was a man who wanted to talk to you, but I don't think it was. I think she wanted you all to herself, and I can't say I blame her.
What are you talking about?
There's a girl who phoned you.
What girl?
I don't know, she said you were to ring this man.
What man?
Well, she didn't give a surname. Tell Mr. Tucker Charlie would like to speak to him, she said. He's still at the same old number.
Steward? Steward, how much longer am I going to have to wait for my drink?
Oh, Robin, you can be awfully boring when you're trying to be witty.
Look, make me another one.
Make it yourself.
Clean as a whistle.
This way. Come in. Callan, how very decent of you to drop in. My name is Hunter.
I don't think we've met before, have we?
Ah, no, my misfortune. I spent most of the time you were with us in Washington. And now, do tell me, how many hunters did you serve under?
4.
4? Dear me, that must be some sort of record, surely. Oh, now, sit you down, sit you down.
You said you were in Washington.
Yes.
You know Mears?
Oh, dear Toby.
Can you tell me what happened to him?
Poor fella. Called to higher service, as we old Boy Scouts say.
Dead.
Extremely.
Who did it? The opposition?
An irate husband with diplomatic immunity. And cuckolded in his own embassy to boot. Ever rash, poor dear Toby. Do come in.
Liz.
Hello, David.
How are you?
I'm fine. And you?
Oh, I'll live. Maybe.
Thank you, my dear. That'll be all. Will you be mother? With ice for me, please, and lots of soda. Oh, pure soda for Thorne here. Thorne is on duty. Just like a member of the constabulary. It seems as if you and Liz were chums once upon a time.
You'll find it in my file.
Well, I'm just trying to put you at your ease, dear heart.
I could never be at my ease in this place. That is how I survived 4 hunters. Cheers.
Cheers, indeed. Oh, but I do wish you would sit down. Thorne would feel so much more relaxed if only you'd sit. There. He really is frightfully good, you know. The most efficient killer that we ever had. Ah, well. Have you got enough?
Yes, thank you, sir.
Then we needn't keep you. I'll be quite safe with Callan. Won't I, old chap?
I wouldn't get out alive, would I?
Precisely. Run along, then. I have some rather bad news for you.
Yes, I thought you might have.
Oh, by the way, do help yourself if you should feel a need.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Really, the most unfortunate thing has happened. Not your fault. And certainly not ours, but there it is. Just sheer wretched luck. You remember Haggerty?
Do I?
Oh, yes, I should think so. Oh, Daniel James Haggerty, known to the press as Danny Boy.
Oh, yes.
Yes, great champion of the poor and the downtrodden.
Yes.
Well, CND banned the bomb, women's lib.
Yes.
Though I doubt he had a bra to burn.
That's very droll.
Reform the prisons, curb the police, make abortion... Oh, now you must remember Haggerty.
No, I don't.
Oh.
I remember reading about him. I'm sure I never had anything to do with him professionally speaking.
Oh, no. Oh. We spared you, Haggerty. The trouble is that we didn't spare you a chum of his. Do you remember Millington?
Yes.
Awful fellow, wasn't he?
Yes, he was, until he was killed.
Oh, absolutely. Betrayed everybody, right up to the moment you killed him. East Germans to the West Germans, Americans to the Russians, the Israelis to the Iraqis. Very nearly betrayed you. He did his dreadful best. Yes, he had a girlfriend, you know.
Yes, I do know. Name was Jenny Paget. Left her husband to live with him.
Yes, nasty but personable, Mr. Millington. Her maiden name was Jenny Haggerty. Daniel Haggerty is her father.
Go on.
Millington knew about you. He left a note for his beloved Jenny.
Oh, no.
Told her all.
No.
Oh, dear, you seem very sure.
Of course I'm sure. Because, you see, after he was killed, I went through her flat myself, and then I called in the cleaners, and they went through it with a fine-tooth comb. And you know the cleaners, they never miss a thing.
It wasn't in the flat. After Millington's death, Jenny Paget went back to her husband, but she did nothing with Millington's note until she developed cancer. Now, she died of it, but before she did, she told her father, she told Daniel Haggerty, and she gave him the note. Now, she died in great pain.
I believe cancer can be quite painful, yes.
Yes, cancer of the lung. She was on 60 a day. She didn't smoke at all before you shot Millington.
Oh, come off it, you're not so...
Yes, I know. That's just one of life's little ironies, no more. But our friend Haggerty doesn't quite see it that way. He adored his daughter. And he's begun writing his memoirs. And he seems to feel that you would make rather a juicy chapter.
Does he? How do you know he's writing a book?
Information received, as the constabulary say.
I see, yes, and he's going to name me, is he?
Yes,
Well, he can't,
I
can
fear
he?
so.
How can he name me? Because I don't exist, do I? Not me, I mean, all I am is a fellow called Tucker. Now, the chap you're talking about was called Callan, and he disappeared years ago, right?
Not quite as simple as that, I'm afraid. You may recall for one brief inglorious moment that Danny Haggerty was an MP. Yes, and the more fool he, I hear you cry. But MPs, even ex-MPs, have contacts, influences, and sources of information. And there are such things as leakages. Callan, even from within the security services. Haggerty thinks you shot Millington for money. Millington's note seems to suggest you're a paid killer. Or rather a mess, isn't it?
You're quite sure, are you, that Haggerty is writing a book?
Yes, positive.
Right, now how are you sure?
Information received.
Well, you could stop him.
Oh, it isn't a crime to write a book. I sometimes wish it were.
Official Secrets Act.
No, this isn't a killing by the section. It's a killing by a hired gun.
Ah. Yes. Go on.
Well, Haggerty is not much of a literary bloke, so he's got himself a little expert help. He's another do-gooder. Oh, you may have met her this evening, as a matter of fact. Lucy Robson-Smith.
Oh, Lucy Robson-Smith, of course.
R. Smith to her chum.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
She was at Margaret Channing's party tonight. Oh, and of course, it's all coming back now. 3 months ago, an acquaintance of mine happened to mention that he knew a Margaret Channing who happened to have this room in her house, and Margaret Channing turns out to be L.R. Smith's aunt.
Well, I trust you find Mrs. Channing agreeable.
You know I do.
Do I?
Yes, you bloody do. Because actually you've been keeping your eye on me for years, haven't you? And now you've thawed me out. Now you've got me out of the deep freeze and you're preparing me for another job. And now you're going to have me watch right round the clock. Will you just tell me, quite seriously, one thing?
Oh, yes. Well, we'll see.
Is she the one that's watching me?
Well, Mrs. Channing? Good Lord, no, of course not. Her late husband was a member of the Liberal Party. Mrs. Channing wouldn't do at all. Besides, I am not thawing you out, as you put it.
Aren't you?
No. I am putting you in possession of certain facts that may be of use to you. No more.
Out of the goodness of your heart?
Well, precisely.
Yeah, and you don't want me to do anything in particular?
No, certainly not. Merely pointing out to you that you have a choice between going to prison for a very long time and taking certain steps.
What steps?
Well, that is entirely up to you. But I must also point out that if Haggerty tells who you really are, a lot of old friends might want to pay their respects.
All those years ago. It's over, they said. Why don't you just go back home and take your pension and start your little business? Because it's all over, they said.
Well, you know they lied. It's never over.
Sod you all. All of you. All right, go on. Tell me about Haggerty.
He owns a demolition contractor's business just outside Oxford. Specialises in stately homes. Does it rather well, it seems. But it must be a rather dangerous occupation, don't you think? All that falling masonry. Liz has put together rather a neat little file on him. Now, do drop in and consult it whenever you like.
I'll think about it.
Don't take too long. You're in the next chapter. Oh, how is your shop?
Well, I did make a living.
What, even in these depressed times?
Yes.
Well, I do congratulate you. The old brigade, isn't that what you call it?
That's right, the old brigade.
Just like the song. Oh, militaria. Isn't that what you call the
Yes.
stuff that you sell? What, model soldiers, uniforms, pictures of hussars, that sort of...
That's
thing?
right, that's right. Uniform, soldiers,
Yes.
swords.
Yes, swords.
Guns.
Yes. Do the guns work?
You know they don't work. Because if they worked, I'd be in the nick by now, wouldn't I? Thank you so much for your hospitality.
Not at all. You will think over what I've said.
Right, how do I open your bloody door?
I press the button.
David,
Go to sleep, Margaret.
come in a minute.
Margaret, go to sleep.
Oh, come in just for a minute. I want to talk to you. Come on. Beside me.
It's late.
Robin was very drunk. It was quite a business getting him out of the car. As soon as he got into his flat, he fell asleep. Are you sure you didn't do something to his drink? Come and lie down beside me. You've been drinking.
Well, I am a big boy now.
Oh, David, for heaven's sake, there just isn't any point in sulking. I told you that the first time you got into this bed. No eternal fidelity, no recriminations, no sulks. Not from either of us.
Well, perhaps I should go and sulk in my own room, then.
Oh, stay a while, please. I'm bloody miserable tonight. Put your arms around me, please, David.
Why are you miserable?
Oh, I don't know. Seeing poor Lucy, I suppose.
Oh, yes, L.R. Smith.
Oh.
Lucy was my husband's sister's child. She's awfully like my husband. Poor George.
Why poor George?
Well, he didn't leave me all that well provided, did he? I mean, look at me. A poor widow woman taking in lodgers.
And Lucy's hard up too, is she?
No, Lucy does all right for loot, it isn't that. She helps people, but she helps the wrong people. There's this loony professor from Czechoslovakia called Popovsky she keeps running off to when she should be doing her own work. And an even loonier man of the people called Haggerty. Well, Haggerty really must be loony. He and George used to sit on the same committees. I was faithful to George, you know, till the day he died.
You have made up for it a bit since, haven't you?
Why? Anyway, you never even bothered to get married. Kiss me, my fool.
Why not?
No Popovskis.
Oh.
I thought you were Dabrowski. Is that any good?
Where's he from?
Czechoslovakia, University of Prague.
That could be. Physicist, is he?
No, philosopher. There you are. Author of Concerning the Nature of the Good, Aims and Ends, a treatise et al. Oh, et al means Italia, and other things. Oh, all we've got is Concerning the Nature of the Good. That's heavy.
Yeah. Philosopher.
Oh, yes. Yeah, he's your dissident, Squire. Your actual dissident. Yeah, dead against the regime is our Professor Dabrowski. Yeah, he asked Western philosophers over to Prague to speak and all daft sod.
You think so, do you?
Well, they already arrested him once, 2 years ago. This time he could be dead. Yeah, the more he's waiting for God, the more the KGB's waiting for him. And now he's disappeared, eh?
Has he?
Well, don't you ever read the papers?
Yeah, well, only the horoscopes.
Yeah, he was reported missing yesterday, so, like I said, he could be dead. The official statement is he's scarping. If he has, the KGB's in a right to an 8.
Is it Popovsky?
Dabrowski. Is what Dabrowski?
Your relationship.
Yes.
Is he nice?
He's the most wonderful man I've ever... I'm talking like a teenager.
Not if it happens to be true. Must be sort of a tricky kind of relationship, though.
I don't understand.
I mean, you in Oxford and him in Prague.
I used to go to Prague now and then. He invited me over to lecture when he could still get permission. Later, we were collaborating on a paper.
Used to.
He's disappeared. Didn't you read about it?
Oh, you have a very frivolous aunt, my dear. Was it a political thing?
Yes. He's very important, you see. He believes in a kind of freedom the communists don't allow. The whole country admires him for it.
Oh, darling, I'm deeply sorry, and I hope it all works out and all that, but please don't try and explain it to me. I never could understand politics. Poor dear George used to try and explain how the Liberals were bound to make a comeback. I always ended up with a migraine. Oh, what a bore. Just while we were swapping our girlish secrets.
Dear Uncle George. You don't really mind, now do you?
Lucy, my dear, how nice to see you. Did you stay the night with Margaret? You didn't tell me.
You didn't ask, Dorothy, dear. How very remiss of you.
I stayed with friends in Kensington.
What part? I have a cousin in Kensington.
Just by the Albert Hall.
So handy for the concerts.
And the all-in wrestling.
Talking of wrestling, did Robin Miller get home all right?
Well, he got home anyway. Sugar, darling.
No, thank you.
Sweet enough, I'm sure.
Haggerty. 8095. Thank you. What about St Mark's College, Oxford? 2232. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, sir. Can I help you?
Are you Mr. Tucker by any chance? Mr. David Tucker? Militaria bought and sold?
Yes, I am.
Then I think I have something which will interest you. My name's Haggerty, by the way. Daniel Haggerty. What I want to show you is this.
Darling, do come again soon. You've been away far too long.
I will, I promise. Goodbye.
Goodbye, dear. Do take care. London can be rather treacherous after all those dreaming spires. She's awfully sweet and clever and worthy, poor dear. Nobody would ever dream you were aunt and niece.
Now I'm going to take that as a compliment.
Where has she been away to?
Czechoslovakia.
Goodness, how exciting. Why?
Oh, she's writing some kind of a book with this Popovsky person. Or she was.
Why has she stopped?
Well, Popovsky's disappeared. Oh, it's all political, darling. Please don't ask me to explain. So anyway, Lucy went on to Paris instead.
Very sensible.
Yes, wasn't it? I don't think why she went, though. Certainly wasn't to buy any new clothes.
You really shouldn't point those at people, Mr. Slattery.
Haggerty.
Oh, yes, sorry. Haggerty.
It isn't loaded.
They all say that.
What was that one?
Just as well. You could blow a hole the size of an egg cup in you, this one.
Disgusting things, aren't they?
Well, I think so. So why did you bring it to me?
I thought you might want to buy them.
Hardly.
Oh. They're the sort of things you sell, aren't they?
Who told you about me?
Nobody. I found you in the yellow pages. They're good guns, aren't they?
Oh, yes, they're very good. But I don't have a license to sell modern guns. You could kill people with these, you know.
And you couldn't with these?
Better use a brick. Most of the blades are blunt. The guns don't work.
I've got swords, too. Not here, where I work. I'm in demolition. You'd be amazed the junk I turn up sometimes, Mr. Tucker. Here's my place. DJ Haggerty. Buildings demolished to order.
Sounds dangerous.
Oh, not if you're careful. I've got one exactly like that.
You haven't, have you?
Valuable, is it?
Oh, yeah, well, it could be if it's in good nick. You don't have it with you?
It's in Oxfordshire, the site I'm on. You really should come and take a look.
Thank you. I might do that.
Just one thing. Give me a ring first. In my job, I'm out and about all over the place. Well, so long then.
Mr. Haggerty, you've forgotten your guns.
American outfit interesting.
What sort of American outfit?
One with money.
Hello, Sea Hunter and Company Limited.
Let me speak to Charlie, please.
Any word yet?
Never mind Nebraska. You should try South Dakota.
I said, has there been any word yet?
Look, we heard what you said, my dear. Do you honestly think we'd be sitting round here like this if there had been?
Sorry.
It's all right. Did you have a nice time at your aunt's?
I didn't just go there for fun, you know.
I never said you
Look,
did.
I wouldn't be away from a telephone at a time like
Lucy,
this
for
unless I
heaven's sake, I
absolutely
was only
had
trying to be pleasant.
It was
Just
an
making
obligation.
noises with my mouth. That's all.
Sorry.
Twice in 2 minutes. You're sorry.
It's just that I'm so worried.
Well, Lucy, we're all worried.
Not like me, I love him.
What's bothering me is the thought that they failed, that Anton may be dead.
Hello? Ah oui, oui, c'est Monsieur Jeb qui parle. Oui. Ah bon? Oh, excellent. He's out. Hein? Le pass, il n'est pas sauf chez moi? Bon, bah d'accord. Ni chez mes amis non plus? Ah oui, je comprends. Vous avez le numéro de téléphone? Ouais, vas-y, vas-y. 80, 92, d'accord. Hein? 5 000. Ah non, t'as déjà donné 5 000. Ah, c'est pas possible, oui. Oh, ouais, je comprends.
Oh, for God's sake.
Sorry. First, the good news. Anton's in France.
Well, how the hell did they...
Louis got him out through Austria and Italy in a container lorry. Anton's all right.
That's marvellous. Surely we should have a drink on that. I don't mean that stuff. You don't mind, do you, Phil?
Now, the bad news. Louis doesn't think it's just safest to stay with one of us. He has a feeling the KGB suspect us anyway.
No problem.
Louis also says he wants more money. 5,000 quid more.
That's ridiculous.
He doesn't think so. He and his chums have got what we want, and they know it.
What we haven't got is 5,000 quid.
Suppose we can't raise it.
But then they'll sell him back to the KGB.
My God.
What a very logical people the French are, to be sure.
Who the hell's that?
Guess.
Sorry?
Well, I've come to read your meter, Chief.
Oh, this way. To this cupboard.
Psst. Bloody gas man. Lucy's got an idea.
5,000 quid's worth?
I think so. Dan Haggerty.
The three she's always with, Cawthorne, Pardo and Jeb.
Sounds like a firm of solicitors.
More like a council of war, sir.
Really? Do you suppose Dobrovsky's out there?
Well, could be, sir, but they weren't exactly opening champagne.
Weren't they? Better get Callan to work, I think.
Oh, Gigi Dum, Gigi, Daddy Diddy Dum. Is that you, Mrs.? Gigi, Gigi.
No, it's me, old son. Oh, you're a dear. How are you, lonely?
Mr. Callan, what a surprise. Well, it's good to sorry.
Oops.
Good to see you.
Do meet in the strangest places, don't we?
Yeah. Well, you are looking very prosperous, I must say.
So are you, old son, so are you.
Yeah. You haven't come here to do anything, have you? I mean, she seemed like a nice old girl to me.
Oh, no, that's my landlady. No, she's probably going to do a bit of shopping.
Ah, I see.
What do you mean, old?
Well, she won't see 40 again, will she?
Hang about a bit, just hang about. Who are you going out with at the moment, then? Miss 16-year-old Wormwood Scrubs?
If you don't mind, Mr. Callan, we won't mention prison.
Suits me.
Mariella doesn't like it.
Who?
Mariella, my fiancée.
How old is she, then?
Rude to ask a lady's
No,
age.
no, it's, it's old time's sake. Interested?
27? Well, I mean, she admits to 27.
Well, you certainly have come on a bit since we last met, haven't you?
Well, I hope so. I've got my own business now.
Yeah?
Fresh and fragrant bathroom installations. And it pays a lot better than thieving.
Where did you learn plumbing, then?
In the
Oh,
nick.
the nick, of course. Why ask?
It is funny, eh, Mr. Callan?
What's funny?
Well, I mean, that old landlady...
She's not old.
Suit herself. I mean, it's funny that she should send for me.
Oh, no, it isn't. I told her to.
Thank you, Mr. Callan. That was very nice of you.
No, it isn't. I wanted to see you. You see, I got a little job on it. Oh, my God. You haven't really changed, have you?
I can't help it.
There's still things you can do for your problem, you know. I mean, you've got deodorants, you can spray them on, rub them on, shove them on. You don't have to go around impersonating a sewer all your life.
I haven't niffed since the last time I worked with you. And you know why? Because I've been going straight, that's why. My own business, steady girlfriend. No need to be afraid of the law. I've been happy, Mr. Callan. And I never pong when I'm happy. And I don't get shot at no more either. Not since I gave up being mates with you.
Yeah, well, I was sorry about that.
Yeah, of course you were. Come to visit me in the hospital every day, didn't you? That's not the point, is it? I don't want no more holes in me. So the answer is no, Mr. Callan.
No, all I want you to do is to keep a lookout for me. If there's any rough stuff, that's down to me, isn't it? As always.
Mr. Callan, I can't.
There's 50 quid in it for you.
Mr. Callan.
There's 100 quid in it for you.
Mr. Callan, I am getting married. Next week.
You what?
I'm getting married, hitched, spliced.
You never are. Have you got a... Yeah, and you would have a picture, wouldn't you? Oh, no, she's nice. She really is very nice.
We're going to Florida for our honeymoon. So see, I can't do no jobs, Mr. Callan. I'm just not in a position.
Well, that's all right, son. I quite understand.
You in trouble, then?
It's that obvious, is it? Well, you see, I thought that I was retired. You know, just like you. Nice little business, girlfriend. And then one day, I get a telephone call, and somebody tells me that I'm not retired, I've never been retired, and I never will be retired. Here. Your very good health. Here's to you and your bride-to-be.
With respect, Mr. Callan, you're very good health.
Cheers. Bottoms up.
You're going to duff up some geezer, then?
Yeah, well, it looks like it, doesn't it? You see, the way they put it, it's either me or it's him. And I don't want it to be me. I don't want to do it. Christ, I don't even know if I can do it, not anymore.
That's exactly the way I feel, Mr. Callan. And I mean, if I did do a job for you, Mariella would murder me.
Yeah, that's all right, mate. That's all right. I quite understand.
I don't want to disoblige you, Mr. Callan, but Mariella
look,
says...
will you just stop going on and on about Mariella, right?
Oh, sorry, Mr. Callan.
There's just one thing you can do for me. Now, I've got a key to a safety deposit box. It's my safety deposit box at the bank, you see? There it is. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to go with this key, and here's a letter of authorization. I want you to go to the bank, take out my safety deposit box, and bring the contents to me.
Turn over a safety deposit box. Look, Mr. Callan, I've retired.
Well, don't be daft. It's perfectly legal. It's my box.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not. Cross my heart.
Well, why don't you go and get it yourself,
Well,
then?
there's this bloke. This bloke, he's getting nosy, you see? And I don't want him to know that I've even got a box. It's going to be a sort of surprise to him.
Mind telling me what's in it, then?
No. There's a .357 Magnum revolver, a box of shells, and 17 Kruger rounds.
Oh, my God!
It's all right. It's all mine. I promise it is. Now, look, you see, I wouldn't ask you to do it except that I am desperate. I really am desperate lonely. I've got no other friend I can ask. And besides which, you are the only person I know who could get to that bank without being followed.
All right, I'll do it, Mr. Callan.
It's all right. It's all right. That's just my landlady coming back. Oh, yeah, there's one thing I forgot to tell you. In this house, I'm known as Mr. Tucker. Like the old days, you remember?
Yeah, just like the old days. God help us.
Now, she is nice.
She's really very nice.
Well, wait till you see the size of the library. Come on, we'll be gone soon.
Good Lord.
Pretty posh, eh, Lucy?
I've never seen anything like it. Even the college library. And you're going to demolish it.
I'm afraid so.
What's that?
Worth a few bob, those, I shouldn't wonder.
I should imagine so. It must have been a beautiful place once. It seems such a shame knocking it all down.
It is a shame. All the same, somebody has to do it.
Why?
It might fall down and kill somebody. Better if I knock it down. That way nobody gets hurt.
Is it worth a lot?
Not bad. The doors will fetch a bit, and all the panelling. There's always somebody who wants a bit of marble.
What about the bookshelves?
Who needs bookshelves that size? There's an antique dealer I know might take them.
I do hope so.
Make himself a set of Sheraton dining chairs.
Do you mean fakes?
You make him sound like a crook.
Isn't he?
Just a hard-working capitalist with 2 boys in public school. Don't worry. I'll see he doesn't sell them to you.
Wouldn't make much odds if you did, I think.
I see. All right. Let's have it, whatever it is.
I need to borrow some money.
Well, of course. How much?
£5,000.
I don't happen to have that much with me. That's an awful lot of money, Lucy.
I know it is, but I've got to have it.
You're not being blackmailed, are you?
No, of course not. Well, that's not true. I think perhaps I am being blackmailed in a way. Look, do you have £5,000 to spare? Because there's no point in telling you anymore if you haven't.
Well, I can get it if I want it, but you'll have to tell me why I should.
All right. You know Anton Dabrowski?
Well, I know about him. Goodness knows you've told me about him often enough.
Yes. I do manage to be a bit of a bore on that subject, don't I? I know where he is, Dan. For £5,000, I can get him here to England. He'll be safe here. I know he will.
Where is he?
I'm sorry, I can't tell you.
Oh, no, of course not. Stupid on me. 5,000, you said?
That's right.
But why?
The people who got him out betrayed us. That's the price they want for him.
A man like that, being sold like a slave.
We could pay you back soon.
You could?
Of course. All he has to do is write a few articles for the newspapers and he'll be rich. Just think, how I escaped the KGB. Saintly philosophers dashed to freedom.
My God, yes, you're right.
You'll do it then.
I'll get onto my bank right away. Up here, Tim, in the library.
Notes would be best.
They usually are in the deals I do.
What on earth?
Men at work.
Isn't it dangerous?
Not while we're here. Come on. And we'll see about your money as well.
You're very abstemious.
Yes, I know.
Could it be that you've drunk enough for one day?
It could be.
And out of my own private bottle? With the plumber?
Well, I said I'd replace it.
But why on earth did you want to give it to the plumber? He's supposed to fix my shower, not drive you to drink.
Well, he fixed it, didn't he?
I suppose so.
Did he or did he not fix your shower?
There was a bit of a funny smell when I first went in there. It's gone now. It was all right, he fixed it, but all the same, David, the plumber.
What's wrong with being a plumber? He's a friend of mine.
Oh, well, you didn't tell me.
No, I didn't tell you. I didn't think you'd be interested. He happened to tell me that he was getting married.
At his age?
Well, he's not exactly past it, you know. I thought it only fair to offer him a drink.
Or 2, or 3. Where did you meet him?
All around.
Oh, I see. Part of your disreputable past. You should be glad of your disreputable past.
Should I?
It's part of your charm. I wish I didn't have to go out tonight.
Where are you going?
Robin called. He sounded absolutely distraught, poor boy, and so contrite. I really am sorry, David.
It's all right, Margaret. I'm going to go out myself.
Your friend Charlie, no doubt. With the beautiful contralto voice.
All right, shut up! in a bloody hurry, aren't you?
Of course I'm in a hurry. You forgot what I'm carrying. Well, lock the door!
Don't you be so bloody cheeky.
All right, Mr. Callan. If you want me to pong again, just push a bit harder and I'll obliged. But the old days is over. Can't you see that? I'm different now. And so are you.
Not me, mate. And don't you bloody well forget it.
You are older, Mr. Callan.
Yes, you're right. How true. Sorry, mate. Sorry about all that. Force of habit, you know. But you were bloody cheeky.
Cheeky? Have you forgotten what's in there? A 357 Magnum and 50 rounds of ammo, plus, of course, 17 Kruger rounds, what do not belong to me. With my record, have you any idea how long I'd get if I was nicked with that lot?
Well, you're here now, aren't you? So shut up. Into the office, come on.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Oh, that is beautiful, Mr. Callan.
All the beautiful stuff's in the shop.
No, not for me. All I ever cared about was making things, you know that. Once I've finished, I'm not bothered.
That is a very profound remark.
Is it?
A drink?
Oh, Tom. Well, I mean, just the one. Can't wait. Mariella.
Yeah, quite. Oh, sorry. Forgot. You drink beer, don't you?
Oh, well, it's the same as the Callan. I've changed.
Yeah. Cheers.
Good health.
Right.
Is it all right?
Oh, it's perfect. Perfect. You treat a gun right like that, son, and it will always be right for you. Yes, sir.
Funny, that.
What's funny?
They're solid gold, aren't they?
You know they are.
Worth a fortune. Yeah, they weren't even locked up, just lying loose in a deposit box. And yet you sent me.
Well, you're my mate, aren't you? One should always trust a mate.
Oh, Tom, Mr. Callan.
Anyway, there isn't a lock made that you couldn't open.
Tom, very much, Mr. Callan.
Wedding present for you, his and hers.
What? No, I couldn't, Mr. Callan. Honest.
Too well, I can afford it.
No, it isn't that, Mr. Callan.
Well, what is it then?
But, I mean, it's Mariella.
Oh, my God, not Mariella, not again.
Mr. Callan, she would think I thieved them, wouldn't she? What else could she think, seeing it's me?
Yes, well, I have thought about that.
And apart from that, Mr. Callan, if I did accept her present, I would have to give you an invite to the service, wouldn't I? No, I do not mean that you would not be welcome, Mr. Callan. It's just that... Well, see, Mariella and me, we discussed this, and we come to conclude. We decided no jailbirds. I mean, nobody from the past.
I thought of that too, didn't I? So I wrote your Mariella a letter. Here, well, you can read it. Oh, I do beg your pardon. I did forget. I'll read it to you, shall I? Dear Mariella, today, quite by chance, I had the good fortune to run into your fiancé. He and I have been friends for a long time now, and in the recent past, our paths have separated. So it was a real surprise for me to see him again and hear his good news. Please accept these 2 coins as a wedding present. I do assure you they are honestly earned. My word on it. Just the things to have by you if a rainy day should come. I do hope it never does. All the best for your big day. I'm sorry I shan't be there to see it. Shan't be there to see it. But I'm a bit tied up at the moment. Be happy, both of you. I'm sure you deserve to be happy. I know your fiancé does. A man could not wish for a better friend. Yours sincerely, David Tucker. Right?
Oh, my God.
I wish you wouldn't do that. You get me going, you know. That's all right. Remember, you are a respectable, engaged person, right?
It's got to be the filth.
It doesn't have to be the filth, does it? It could be a customer, seen the light on, come into the shop. I saw things. He's come in, right?
Oh, but you're not going to let him in.
I let you in, didn't I? But if I let you in, I can let anybody in. Look, just stay here. Mind your own business, all right?
Oh, God.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. May I come in?
Well, now, do you want to buy something?
Yes.
Well, then why don't you come in?
Well, do carry on. I can see you're busy. I'll just take a look around.
Yeah, son. Told you, just a customer.
Looks a pretty tough customer to me.
What, wearing a suit like that?
He's hard. All over.
Yeah, well, come on, old son. You've got a wedding to look forward to, haven't you?
Wish you was coming.
Yeah, well, so do I, mate, but... No, it wouldn't be right, would it? Not with you turning over a new leaf. Come on, all the best.
And you. All the best, and thanks for the present.
Take care, son. Doesn't work.
Well, it's just as well. Tell me about Haggerty.
Mind your own damn business.
Charlie says it is my business.
Oh. Hang on a minute.
I doubt if Lonely will be back.
You know who he is, then?
Oh, only his photograph.
Yeah, of course. Let's go to the office.
That one would work, of course.
Yes, this one would work.
Why was he here?
Brought me that. And that one works.
You're back in business, then.
Looks like it. Don't touch the soldier.
Tell me about Haggerty.
Well, he came here. Showed me a couple of guns, asked me to go and see him.
Why?
Said he had some things I might want to buy up in Oxfordshire.
Do you believe that?
I don't know, it could be. It's possible, isn't it? Well, it sounded pretty good stuff. Anyway, he certainly wants me up in Oxfordshire.
Any idea why?
Oh, yeah. To kill me.
Well, it looks like it, doesn't it?
Yes, it does, doesn't it? Now, I thought that he was just out to blacken my good name.
Well, maybe he's changed his mind.
I'd rather he didn't. You know, sticks and stones, etc. Well, young man, what do you suggest I do now?
Go and see him.
And let him kill me.
Well, it's one solution. I doubt if you'd accept it.
Quite. Oh, he did suggest that I telephoned him first.
Then telephone him.
I've already telephoned him, clever Dick. It's not on for tomorrow. He's got a rush job on. So he'll let me know when it is convenient.
A rush job. I think you'd better go up there tomorrow.
I think you should just sod off.
I think you'll find that Hunter thinks so too.
It's the best written chapter of the lot. It's so alive, it jumps off the page.
Well then,
Well, nothing. I think it's great.
you don't think it's too strong?
Strong. This man murdered for gain. He contributed to your daughter's death.
You don't need to remind me what he's done, Lucy. You've never met Callan, have you?
Of course not.
I mean, anyone like him.
I know Jeb.
Who's Jeb?
He was in the Commandos once. He teaches philosophy in London. I wonder if he'd be anything like Callan.
Compared to Callan, your friend was in the Wolf Cubs. Just putting him into a book that's letting him off lightly. Too lightly.
He could go to prison.
He's been to prison. I've been thinking about Dabrowski.
What about him?
You say you're going to hide him,
Well, yes, if we can find a place.
but won't he want to ask for political asylum?
Of course. But he won't ask for it till we're sure he'll get it. I'll see to that.
Good girl. I know where you can hide him.
Where, Dan?
That house I'm knocking down, Carberry Place.
But,
Now, don't
Dad,
worry,
it's-
it's still standing.
But-
There's a row of cottages got to come down in Banbury. I'll set my lads on over there for a bit. Dabrowski won't be disturbed. Nobody would dream of looking for him at the place.
Why should they? The KGB don't even know he's in France.
Never underestimate the KGB, Lucy. Of course, if you don't want my help,
Of course we do. We've already taken it.
that was just money. I want to be involved, don't you see?
All right. We really do need a place for Anton, just at first. Thank you, Dan.
My pleasure. When will he be getting here?
Well, Jeb's already flown to France. The container lorry should be on its way first thing tomorrow. Can you get the place cleaned up by tomorrow afternoon?
No trouble. It'll all be ready for you. Will, anybody else be coming?
Just Jeb, I think. We don't want to tire Anton after all he's been through. I'm really very grateful, Dan.
My pleasure, honestly. See you tomorrow, then. See yourself out? Mrs. Radlett? Haggerty, I want to talk to your husband.
Oh, he's in bed.
Then get him out of bed.
Is it urgent?
Urgent. Of course it's urgent. It's bloody vital.
You're right in what you're thinking.
What am I thinking?
As a newt, you're thinking. And you're absolutely right. I had a terrible evening. Quite dreadful.
With Robin?
I went round to see Robin at his request. Where's my glove?
On your handbag, left hand.
Oh, thanks. Please, please, he said. All breathless and boyish. And so I went. And you know what?
No, what?
He already had a girl there. 9 miles high on pot. About 19 years old. I'm awfully sorry, said Robin. But we all have our own lives to live. I must have got my days mixed up. And the girl said. You'll never believe what the girl said.
Try me.
She said, "Piss off, Auntie. It's time the old drunk was in bed. But I'll need a bit of help." What's in there?
It's vegetables. Come on.
Help.
You know, you should try monogamy for a change.
I tried it with George. It was dreadful.
Try it with me.
We'll see.
Last time you said that, you finished up with Robin.
Yeah, I did, didn't I? It's funny, really. Isn't it funny?
It's just that I still can't believe I'm here.
You must. It's all true. Oh, dear, I'm terrible at this.
No. Not terrible. Little over-anxious to give, perhaps. Where are the others?
Outside, seeing the Frenchman off. Being tactful. Are you sure you're all right?
Yes. It's 2 years since I was not all right. In prison.
They'll never get you back. Tomorrow I'll see a man I know.
And tonight? I must not stay here. The Frenchmen know I'm here and they could sell such knowledge.
We have a place for you, all prepared.
You've gone to a great deal of trouble, Mr. Haggerty. First the money, now the place to hide.
You mean, why the hell should I bother? Well, 2 reasons. 1, I know I'll get my money back. Lucy'll see to that. And 2, because you deserve it, Mr. Dabrowski. You're a voice crying in the wilderness, a voice they couldn't silence. What's a place to sleep compared to that?
That's right. I thank you. And you too, Mr. Jeff. Lucy has told me of the sacrifice you and your friends have made.
Oh, it was worth it. You're here now. We've got you out.
Be careful. I'm not the Messiah.
You'd better be on your way to Carberry Place.
I think so, too.
You take them, Lucy.
You're not coming?
I've still got my living to earn.
Sorry, but you'll come over later.
If I can. I've fitted it all up, Mr. Dabrowski. I think you'll find there's everything you need.
Thank you.
You're too kind, Dan. Really, you are. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. You heard everything?
The bug worked well enough.
And you saw?
Yeah.
And it really is Dabrowski?
Of course. Why would anybody perform such a charade if it weren't?
God knows. Why does anybody do anything these days?
You're not beginning to get cold feet by any chance, are you? Feeling sorry because you called me in?
Certainly not. He's a traitor. He'll have to die.
And you have to set up the way to do it.
Yes. It wasn't meant for him, it was meant for... But it'll do.
I said it's his bank manager. It really is rather important.
Well, he might be out at Carberry Place, that big house out at Abingdon we were working on.
Does that have a number?
The place is falling to bits. We were knocking it down all last week, weren't we?
Well, then why did you stop?
Because Mr. Haggerty said so. Between 8:30 and 5, that's the only reason I'd do anything. Oi! I've been watching you!
Come on, open up. We've got a fair way to go. You know, that sitting there, snoozing with your hat over your eyes routine is pretty ridiculous.
Has your car broken down,
No, old sport. My car has not broken, and it goes as well as this one does. Just that we might go together in your car, and I could save a few bob.
Oh, save a few bob. You sweet old-fashioned thing.
Open the door.
The library.
Perfect place for a scholar, wouldn't you say, Mr. Jeff?
Better if they'd left the books.
Oh, Dan's left something rather more comfortable than books. Oh, he must have moved the cabinet.
What cabinet?
It had pistols in it.
I don't need a pistol.
No, these were antiques. Rather beautiful ones.
Well, this is rather more useful.
You going back tonight, Lucy?
No, I'll stay.
Ah, jolly good. I'd rather be getting back myself. Got a lot on just at the moment.
But how?
Oh, I'll walk into Abingdon, take a bus to Oxford, then train. Just take a look round the grounds first.
There can't possibly be anybody here.
No, of course they can't. Just nice to be sure. I'll give you a shout when I'm leaving.
He's a nice young man.
Yes, he is. We ought to make love. I'm sorry.
Please do not say that.
I'm always saying it. This time I mean it. I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry for both of us.
I do not believe you have rejected me. After all the strain you have
Anton,
endured.
please, for God's sake, don't be kind. I couldn't bear it. I wanted it to be perfect.
You see, you are only human. What right do you have to demand perfection of yourself? Please drink.
I don't want to drink.
I want you to drink. Please drink.
I love you in a way I didn't believe was possible. I didn't realize it would hurt so much.
Just give a little. It won't hurt so much.
I rejected you. I didn't believe that was possible either.
It's over. Forget it, please.
We'd better get up. Phil might come back in.
Such a tactful young man, I don't think so.
All right. Just for a minute. It will come right, won't it?
Of course.
I don't like this. Like a peeping Tom. Finish it. I can't. I'm closely there. You heard. The other man may come back. Finish it.
Come on, Anton, we've had our minute. You don't want Phil Jebb to see us like this.
Why not? He's human too.
You bloody fool.
Oh, you brute!
Brute!
Just
Brute!
You're stronger than me.
Okay, I'll show you. Lucy! Lucy!
I know I heard something.
Lucy! Come on! Here!
I think it's time to take a shufti.
Shufti?
Yeah, it's army slang. Take a look.
Oh, national service. All those years ago. Yes, all right, but stay out of mischief. Strictly speaking, you're far too old for this sort of thing.
She's dead! Come on! She's got me! Get away from me! She got me! Come on! Get your gun on! Get your gun on! Get you out of here! Don't have the police! I've got reported for a fatal accident!
No, there hasn't. There's been a murder. Stay still, or I'll kill you now. Cover them. Get your gun out and cover them. You must excuse my friend, he's a little upset. His first wet job, and he's made a mess of it.
Wet job?
That's what the KGB calls murder.
It is indeed. So you know what I am, and why I'm here.
To murder me?
We prefer the word execute.
No doubt it. But you are not a court to sentence me.
Of course not. The court has already met and condemned you in your absence. My unfortunate associate and I are your executioners.
And mine?
I fear so.
And what's my crime?
Aiding and abetting, I believe they call it. Stay still. That way you'll live a little longer. Even a little life is worth having. Don't you agree? Are you to be murdered, Professor Dabrowski? Or did you commit suicide? Will your body be found? Or will you disappear? What do you think?
Does it matter?
Of course it matters. It's a danger to the party. Oh, I see what you mean. Does it matter to you now that your friend is dead? But I think you will find it does matter to you. Your friend died in a building you were destroying. You are involved, Haggerty, old top.
Dabrowski had a gun. He shot himself out of grief after...
Good, good. Very good. And our young friend?
His car's outside. It's old. Doesn't look very safe.
No. No more accidents. He will disappear. How? There are very large grounds attached to this house. A little digging will be good for you. Well, now, that's all decided.
No, it isn't. Drop your guns. Don't be a fool. Put it down.
Don't be a fool.
Why couldn't you have done that to me?
Why do you want to die?
It's just kill Lucy. I think perhaps he loved her too. It was meant for me. Bože, já ji miloval.
Right, Sonny, get on your feet.
Who are you?
Does it matter?
I know who you are.
Why did you visit me that day?
I found out who you were. That was meant for you. Until Lucy told me Dabrowski was coming.
Everything all right, old man?
What kept you, son? All right. You better finish dressing. And you plug something over that hole. I don't want you dripping blood all over my friend's car. Come on, we're going.
Where to? The police.
Police? Oh, how whimsical. Come. Earn your living. Bring them.
You did a remarkably effective job. Well, considering how long it's been.
You set me up, didn't you? Dabrowski was the only one you wanted alive.
Oh, yes, of course. Dabrowski is a symbol. He is an inspiration to his countrymen. Well, so long as he is alive.
So I was just baked.
Hmm?
And you told Haggerty my name. You told him who I was.
Yes, not awfully sporting, was it?
Why?
We've had our doubts about Haggerty for some time, but nothing we could prove. So we thought that if we could somehow link his daughter's death with you, we might goad him into an indiscretion. Goodness, didn't we just? Right now, Haggerty is busy writing his confession, how he became a Red and why. All about Radlett, his controller, names, places, jobs done, and good men betrayed.
And where does that leave me?
Hmm?
Me.
Oh, I see. No, it's all right. We picked up Mrs. Radlett, too, so you're quite safe now, Mr. Tucker.
You are sure that it was not Margaret Channing who was watching me for you?
No. It was Lucy Smith.
You bastard. Hello. Having a nice, cosy evening, are we?
No, David, not you.
Robin,
Yes,
after what he did to you,
it was all a mistake. He explained it to me. He has this habit. The girl was just his supplier, you know, what they call the pusher.
oh, don't be stupid. Pot. It's not addictive.
It's all part of an attitude of mind, he told me. He wants to change, and I am going to help him.
In your bedroom. Cobblers.
He's had a very hard day. He's exhausted.
I bet he is. Why doesn't he go and get exhausted in his own bed, then?
He really needs me, David.
Not tonight. Not tonight, he doesn't.
David, I forbid you to interfere!
Oh! All right, lad. Get your jacket on. You are leaving.
Hello. You're going to put me out, are you?
That's right.
Right. You've been asking for this.
Oh, poor David. Ah!
It's been a hard day.
What have you done to poor Robin?
Will you stop talking about bloody Robin?
Now, David, listen. I told you the... Oh. Hello. Yes, this is Margaret Channing. L.R. Smith's aunt, yes. But she can't be. She was here just yesterday. An accident. Oh, yes. Yes, I see. No, of course you were right to tell me. Thank you. David? That was the Oxfordshire police. They say there's been an accident. Lucy's dead. Poor darling Lucy's dead. Oh, David. I'm so glad it's you.